Hello everybody, welcome to your weekly read. As I sit down here to do this, I'm like, what's the date? Today is April 15th, it's tax day, yay. So the 15th through 21st, 15th through the 21st, there we go. It took me a second. I couldn't remember the dates. So guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. Those of you who are new, welcome as well. My name is Nicole. So I think the last 2 weeks I didn't get the weekly reads out because of illness, and now we're much better. Life is good again. We're feeling healthy and normal. So thank you all for your time, patience, understanding, all of that good stuff. I appreciate you. This part is going to be part one. We're going to run Aries through Virgo. I'll run a second video for Libra through Pisces, just to help with the upload speeds and good old Mercury retrograde, right? All right, guys. So with that, we've got some crazy astrology going on. We've got some lingering stuff from the eclipse. We've got Chiron. We've got Uranus. We've got all kind of stuff happening. I'm not going to dive too much into that today, but just Google it. You can find out a lot of information online. So this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Discern the messages. You guys have been here before, you know, and if you're not familiar, timestamps will be in the comments section below. Take a look down there. That way you can jump to your specific signs and other placements. So Aries, we're going to get started with you. See what's going on this week, what you need to know, be aware of, whatever spirit is, needs to address for you guys. So Aries. Spirit for Aries, the 15th through the 21st. What does Aries need to know? Letting go and individuality. Spirit just said this supersedes anything you've ever needed to do before. Big energies at play. Aries, I feel like this has to do with somebody else. There is either you have let go of somebody, excuse me, I was fine until I sat down here. Either you have let go of somebody or someone else has let go of you. This is an interesting, these energies this past week have been, I could say the word different, fragment. Aries, somebody, I feel like you're putting on a tough front. I mean, I can't help but feel that way, a 6 and a 2, in regards to some kind of union, partnership. I feel like you are, if you did not understand a particular situation, you're starting to. But it's like the way you could be carrying yourself in an egoic sort of way, because I think your focus, I feel like you're shifting into letting go of something. I think maybe whoever or whatever this was before had already distanced herself in this individuality that didn't feel like you. You're starting to kind of back off of whatever this was. Releasing it, letting it go. But I also feel like you are keeping a watchful eye on something. And I want to say it's the same situation. You could have 1 foot in a situation and 1 foot out of a situation. I don't think that you're wanting something to come back from the past as much as it's like if you wanted something, put it this way, if you wanted something from the past with this Mercury retrograde, you could feel like that intense feeling of whatever this was or whomever this was is starting to fade. It feels like it's fading. And it's becoming less of a challenge in a way for you, but at the same time, this is also this warrior that's standing here, like, yeah, you've braved things before, you can brave this too, but in the same breath, pay attention to your ego. Is your ego going, I don't want to be bruised anymore, or is this coming from a space of going, I realize that this just isn't for me, whatever this is. So, give credence where it needs to be, and authority and dynamic. Aries. do all things in love. You're starting to realize how things are layered on top of each other, how they are interconnected, how they affect, you know, it's like the domino effect. What affects one thing is going to affect another somehow. You know, I talk about it, I know it's Scorpio's videos, and I think Sag was another one, about how, you know, like when their money's off, their love could be off, or when love is good, money is good. Like that dynamic of how things just tend to affect one another. And I think that there is a little bit of understanding about how certain parts of certain situations will affect other things in the long run. You know, when we talk about that healing work that we do, you know, we don't just heal or forgive. Even forgiveness is coming up. Forgive just because of the other person. We do it for ourselves so that we can be better, so we don't drag that shit into the next situation. So I do feel like you're energetically letting go of something finally at last. But it's slow fade. Prosperity, and then the solar plexus chakra. Your love, your abundance, your desires, your connections. For some of you, strange, you could feel like a clown. You could feel like a fool in regards to a situation. Aries, I'm going to say to you, what was the lesson? What was the lesson that you learned from a particular situation? Because you're not a fool. You're not, your desires weren't, Spirit is saying they weren't unmatched. I think that whatever this was, there were a lot of moving pieces to something that was a test for you in your sense of self, your sense of your willpower, yourself, of your personal drive and determination. And it's something that could have just casted some kind of light or illumination around something. I also feel like, Aries, whether this is you or the person you were dealing with, it kind of gives me Joker vibes, like that you would see on a deck of cards. You know, kind of playing around. It's like, was it the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Joker, or the whatever he was called in that? He's always clowning around. And that's kind of how it feels to me, is like somebody in this could have been in that energy, or you could have felt like you were in that energy. Like, but there's also, when you think about that energy, there's a little bit of immaturity that comes in with that. You're growing, you're evolving if you allow it, Spirit is saying. So let that growth take shape for you. Let it be the lessons. Let it be. It's also about communicating. And here we are, Mercury retrograde, right? Learning how to communicate better, more clear. I won't say that there is regret around not communicating something, but I feel like the communication coming in or going out wasn't as specific as you would like it to be. It's learning to use your words more effectively, Aries, which is interesting. And happy birthday, by the way. I said, like, one foot in, one foot out. That Joker vibe, right? Kind of like the same thing there, without all the bells and whistles. You could have felt like, or could feel like this week, that there's, it's like you give something a little bit of attention and then you take it back, and then you give a little bit of attention and you take it back. If you're going to want to move forward, Aries, you can't take it with you. Okay? We humans love to drag the past into the present and into the future. Well, if you're, I said about the Fool, did I not? There it is. I love it when, I love it when the universe confirms everything I just said. This was Spirit is saying a temporary soulmate contract, Aries. So whether this is work, love, friends, whatever, you could have, for a short period of time, connected with somebody. You could have felt like they had their options open. You had your options open, but you are being pushed in a new direction. You're being pushed into a direction that is purposeful for you. Emperor, there you are, Aries. I'm going to say to you, you could have felt foolish because you thought you were playing with a fool, or something about somebody fooling somebody or another. Somebody was way too mastered and skilled to be fooled. to have the wool pulled over their eyes. But again, I feel this sense of separation. I think that you are headed in a positive direction towards a King of Pentacles energy, whether this is you stepping into that King of Pentacles energy or going towards somebody like that as well. Boundaries. Aries, I'm going to say you were likely dealing with an Aries too. That's interesting that I picked that up with this because you've got Taurus on the board also. But I do feel like somebody has cut somebody off here. Or, you know, and it's kind of like that energy is lingering right now. What does Aries need to do, Spirit, to move forward? Hierophant. Somebody's values around something has changed. Six of Wands. Aries, I feel like you're kind of fighting with a little bit of resistance. That's Seven of Swords. You may have kind of I feel like every time I'm trying to push this energy forward for the full week, it's, excuse me, it's dragging me back to the past. You put a boundary up going, this is where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to do. And when Spirit is like, take a step back from that Seven of Wands. Yes, have your boundaries. Yes, have whatever. But this is like a control mechanism. Step back and step into victory. Step into success. Step into free-flowing energy. When you leave that Seven of Wands and go back to the Six, he is gently trotting along. He's gently moving forward. This guy is like, I'm going to stop anybody from moving forward or wanting to, you know, create some sort of resistance in this. You're resisting a Ten of Cups and you don't understand that. You don't see that. Open yourself up to letting the past be the past and stepping into this new future that is for you. This week is about learning to really let go. It's like the Spirit just said it's the final push through for you through this eclipse season. So let that be the thing, okay? Advice for Aries this week. Pause. Grounded and letting it go. Again, letting it go. Come up, you know, how many times now? You're being asked to pause before you make a quick decision in moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before you move forward with something. Ground your energy. Go into a space of meditation right now. Because this isn't it. You're going to expand and connect with a lot of other things around you. And that's what I mean. Like, there's a new beginning coming here, Aries. You just need to feel the connections. Like, truly feel them from an emotional level. Truly feel them within before you just, like, assume from moment one that this is the way that it's going to be. Because I think there's more to it than meets the eye. Whether this is, in whatever it is that you're doing moving forward, this is just a very different way of living. You know, it's different than anything you've experienced. Don't put expectations around it. Don't create a pretty picture in your mind. You didn't come this far to stop now. Okay? So, I'm going to leave that there. Divine masculine energy, by the way. Taurus, 1329. All right, Taurus, what do you guys have going on the 15th through the 21st? Taurus, I just said this to Aries. I'm going to say this to you. This energy, as much as I'm like, okay, what's going on this week? This week, and instantly, I got the same feel as I just did for Aries. This is a period of review. One last review. One final bit of details. One final bit of the fine print. One final lesson that you need to understand, learn. The energy is just been, I don't even know. Like, it's been very different feeling. I don't know how else to explain it, but to use the word different. Because, like, as a reader, to feel it how it comes in for me normally and how I feel it right now, it's not the normal energy that comes in, okay? So, Taurus, what's going on this week for Taurus, please, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know? The Moon and the Risk. The Full card was in the last one. That's the equivalent to the Full card in this deck. This energy is like this void where you are wrapping up cycles and then you don't see long term. Your emotions, I feel like some of you have these emotions that are at the surface. Whether you're ready to express them or not, I'm not so sure, but they're coming up. And there could be also hidden truths around a situation right now too, Taurus. Wednesday appears to be an imperative day for you for whatever reason. High Priestess of Spirit, getting in connection with the divine, and the underlying energy is meditation. Summons. You are manifesting something to you. You're calling something in. Spirit is asking you to reach out. Like, don't sleep on your intuition. But I also will say your dream state could be very important at this time. 7-7 also. Good luck, prosperity. Creating a path forward, Spirit is saying as well. Some of you could be having issues with your elbow, your hands, your wrists. Spirit is saying tingling this week. There's something very specific to the hands, the fingers, the wrist that's coming through. Taurus, make sure you're getting enough rest this week too. You could feel like you're a little burnout. And for a few of you, I'm going to say like a handful of you, you could feel like you're not in connection with your spirits or your guides. You need to practice a deeper spiritual, have a deeper spiritual practice right now. It's really going to help guide you as you move into your birthday season. What else for Taurus this week? Synergy and empowerment. There's something here, Taurus, too. And both of those cards came out in the reverse. You're trying to start something new from an unbalanced internal compass. I mean, you think about it, if the compass is off, you're going to get lost. That internal compass right now is lost. It is, you're heading north and it's pointing south. Or vice versa. Third eye, conception and fertility. You're trying to push through to something that's new when you've got open doors still to the past. I mean, you think about it, like you can't, how do you invest your time, energy, and attention to something if your time, energy, and attention is elsewhere? It's time to do some housekeeping, Taurus, this week. It's time to start to clean up things. It's time to start to listen to your intuition. The Spirit is saying that you know what's right and wrong for you. You have to navigate that. You have to make decisions and choices around that energy. It's like the refusal of change, knowing you shouldn't be somewhere, but yet you're there, and wondering why it's not working. Or the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands. I will say that's a lot of heated energy. That's a lot of rushing. That's a lot of, Seven of Pentacles. Going into something quickly, right? Going into something aggressively. Taurus. Let me see something. What is this Ace of Wands about? I mean, this is, the Ace of Wands is new beginning. But when I see that fire energy come out with that Knight of Swords, it's aggressive. There you go, 10 of Wands. And the 8 of Pentacles, so 7 and the 8. Again, you're trying to work on something. You're trying to start this new beginning when this ending is still happening. And it's adding to the burdens. It's adding to the stress. You could be snappy. You could be a little short fused, or you could be dealing with somebody like that as well. Knight of Pentacles, and I said choices. There's the Lover's card. Tower behind it. The Death card, Scorpio. You have Scorpio, Aries energy there. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Not originally, but Mars was. But you've got this Plutonic energy of transformation and change. Scorpio has been all over, I think, everybody's readings, and I think it's because of that Pluto energy. You can't leave one world and have a foot in it, and then stepping into another one and expect not to have chaos and confusion. And that's what this feels like to me. It's like this could be an upheaval of when things are slow moving or they don't feel right. You're pushing to make it right. And there could be some frustration. Like there's a lot of bucking of energy. There's a lot of resistance, a lot of fighting off something. And I feel like it has to do with the fact that you know you need to make a choice in something and you're putting it off. The more and more you stay in this space of not making a decision towards, the greater the load and the anxiety and the stress is going to become. You have decisions to make, and you have to make those, you know, if you're going to progress forward. You know, endings, now is the time to do those. What is the advice for Taurus this week, Spirit? Check in with yourself. Speak up. Taurus, I think sometimes you are checking in with you. Other times you're not. But you have to stay consistent in that, and this speak up and detach. Say, I said it, I forget whose reading it was, but say what you need to say, right? You can't, whatever this feeling is that is within, and I'm going to say it's for two separate situations, you can't remove yourself without that closure for you. I hope that's making sense. And if there's something that needs to be said, you need to say it. You need to address it. And you know, part of this could be the Mercury retrograde, that you feel like you don't have it within you to say, or you're struggling to communicate certain things. But you need to. You know, it's be patient with yourself, and if you feel like you need some time to, you know, you can't say it in 2 minutes. Don't be afraid to take your time, as I'm stumbling over my own words here. Don't be afraid to take your time in having a conversation with somebody. But I feel like you're trying to dodge people, places, situations, conversations. But then yet, it's like, I don't want to say passive aggressive, but instead of communicating what you need to say, the frustration is coming out, and it's coming out in other ways. All right. All right, Gemini. 2241. All right, Gemini. What do we have going on the 15th through the 21st for the sun sign, or the star sign of Gemini? What is Gemini need to know? Holy mother. Gemini. What the hell is going on with you guys? Reminder. I just heard, oh gosh, who's saying that? Don't you forget about me? I'm not singing, sorry. The warrior, that's Gemini energy to me for some reason. That's 100% you. Gemini, 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 goodness. You guys have done good here throughout a lot of this. I'm hearing they don't know from Spirit. And Gemini, you ever get to those situations in your life where so much has happened that you can't go back to the past. You can't think about a relationship, right? Again, always the thing that we can all relate to in some way. Once you have so much damage done to a situation, even when two people want to rectify it, you can't. There's too much history. There's too much pain. There's too much shit that has happened, that it becomes such a constraint that it's like, can you let go of the resentment enough to see this person with a new set of eyes, because now you've had this experience with them. I feel like if you felt neglected in some way, this is causing a lot of inner turmoil, Gemini, honestly, because you feel stuck to it somehow. Kids could be involved, but I feel like you're standing alone, or you feel alone or abandoned by somebody. It's like, how do you forget? How do you walk away from that? How do you not see it? How do you not address it? Do you turn a blind eye to it? Or a blind eye, you could feel like somebody's turning a blind eye to you. But there's so much history in just these couple cards, like chills. This can't be erased. And I think that you're trying to overcome this. But what some of you may or may not understand is that there's a deep transformation that is taking place within you. And you could feel like you are in the middle of the shitstorm. You could feel like somebody has taken their attention and placed it on somebody else because of lust, love, whatever, I'll call it toxic love. Abandoning their own wounds, not willing to see those things. Don't let someone else's behavior put you up in your head right now. You don't have control over what they do, but you have control over how you handle it. And this could be, I don't want to call it cutting deep. I think that it's like, I can feel it like down in the pits of my stomach and my soul, where all of this debris is just getting swirled up. All of these things are just becoming so much more. And where I think you had a lot of space in the past for forgiveness, you don't have a whole lot left. It's like you're at the end of your rope with someone or something. And I feel like this goes back pretty deeply. So this could be an ex-spouse, a co-parent, a family member. I really don't feel like it's your work at all. This is deep personal connections. And you've lost hope, faith, belief that anything could ever be any different because too much has already been done. Okay? For Gemini. Nine of Cups. 7. I talked about that. Spirit. Talked about that confusion. And there it is. In the moon. Gemini, there's been something at some point that you've asked for. And I'm not saying that you're your own demise here, because I don't think that's necessarily the case. But even if you didn't know why you were asking for something or trying to manifest something or thinking or dreaming of things, right? That 7 of Cups is illusion, moon, dreams, the subconscious mind. Like, it's like one day all of a sudden waking up and going, I want a puppy. Don't know why, I just feel like I want a dog today. And you didn't, you get the dog and you didn't think about the fact that that dog might be a chewer, and every high expensive pair of shoes you've owned, this shithead ends up chewing them up. And then there's, I'm done with this. So you every pair of shoes that's getting chewed on, you're over it a little bit more, to the point that I'm done. I can't keep buying expensive shoes because my dog likes to eat them. You lose your patience, and it causes confusion. You're like, I really wanted this dog and I wanted it to be my companion and my best friend, but now I have to rehome this dog because I can't keep doing this, and there comes like this disappointment with it, maybe some guilt, some emotional confusion, things that you didn't think about, like how it would turn out with you adding something into the equation. That's how this feels. Okay. So it's a difficult kind of energy this week, Gemini, that you're I'm gonna say you're searching through, is what I heard from Spirit. Too much there. I'm also going to say you thought that this would make you happy, And I think at this point it's become a little overwhelming for you. You could be dealing with a Libra, the Justice card. You thought it would be fair, fun, balanced, equitable. So pairs of 2 also here showing up. 7 of Cups, the 4 of Cups. Whatever it was that you were asking for, Gemini, again, has been delivered. Now it's like, I don't have interest in this. I don't want to be a part of this. It's not for me. And, you know, that High Priestess and the Fool, the Ace of Swords. Now you're discovering your own truth. Another 2 here with the High Priestess. You'd rather go this journey alone, whatever that means for you. And you're probably going to get more support in connecting with yourself, your higher self, and those that are outside of a situation that have been very difficult, and you can't you can't turn away from what's been done. What's done is done. It's over. And I feel like there's a bit of a sadness that lingers there. Okay. But it's being brought to the surface this week. It's going to be something you need to address. Heart chakra. And then discernment. You are sifting through your emotions right now, Gemini, and you probably will for the next couple of weeks, as the 2 weeks, again, that 2 is very heavy. 2 comes up significantly for you. You have 3 major arcanas here. That's significant change for what is going to be fair for you, what is going to be balanced for you moving forward. The Fool, the new journey. Starting over. New knowledge. New experiences, new information. And then the High Priestess. You're just being asked to trust that despite this residual shit that's being stirred up, the debris, that outside of this, there's going to be a deeper truth for you, that this wasn't supposed to be a part of you. You may have helped to manifest whatever it was, but what you didn't see strategically from the divine was in you manifesting this. It was moving you in the long run. 6 months from now, it's going to move you away from it, because it wasn't meant for you. This particular situation was not meant for you. It's going to make a lot more sense. Okay? The Chariot moving forward. 9 of Cups, your true 9 of Cups. The Justice card with the 9 of Cups twice. Once in the past, once moving forward. You're going to move in, like I said, you thought this would be, but it's not. The next thing, what happens out from now is going to make a lot more sense. Okay? Miracles are going to take place that you didn't think were possible. All right. Death card, Scorpio energy. Transformation. All right, Cancer. 33. All right, Cancer. What is going on for you guys this week? I hope you're doing well. April 15th through the 21st. Spirit, what does Cancer need to know? Belonging. Some of you could be like spring cleaning, dusting shelves. There's something about jars. Something specific to jars. I don't know what you're all doing with jars. 5 is a change. 20, fulfillment. As I say jars, there's a cup, there's a chalice. I mean, I know they're not the same thing, but there's that glassware. Something about glassware, I don't know. Some of you could be home entertaining this week. Cool, okay, good deal. You're finding new peace this week, Cancer, in your home structures. You could be realizing how, for some of you, glass half empty, glass half full. But I feel like more so, Cancer, you're finding where and what home means to you. You're finding what feels good within your home space. So there could just be a house full of people, or things that are warming your heart or making you feel better about life. And I will say to you, for those of you who had difficult childhoods, where home was home, but it was never really home, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying by that. That as an adult, you're starting to realize what home is supposed to be for you. What does fulfill you? What is it? For some of you, you're creating what it is you want it to look like. Communication. 41 and 14, reflective energy here. I will say for those of you in partnership, dynamic. Oh, I love it. For those of you in partnership, Cancer, whether this, well, partnership, romantic, husband, wife, whatever, business, work, kids, it doesn't matter. Wherever this strikes a chord for you, there is a special bond that is being created with this. So if your partner or your coworker or your friend, even your children, had some kind of issues around what home meant to them, or if they've moved around some as well, the dynamic is shifting into a much more calm and serene place of peace. And it wasn't, Spirit said, it wasn't without struggle or strife, but three people in a home also could be very important. But it's also about the people that create the home, Cancer. I think it's important for you to realize that home, if home was difficult for you as a child, and this could be, Mercury retrograde, bringing this shit up from the past, the people that run the household are the ones that create the dynamic of the structure. It's like going into work with a boss, right? Like, the way they run things is how it's run. Your household is the same thing. Who is head of household? Who is running household? And if it was difficult, you're running yours differently, or you're finding ways to orchestrate better plans with those that are in your house to make it more harmonious, working together well through this and communicating the same. Like, it's funny to think about it, like we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde, but the communication is coming through clearly for you, or for the person that you're dealing with. It's like you're bringing everything together during one of the roughest times of the astrological events this year. So, but this is also breakthrough. April 20th, PS, is the stuff with Uranus. Queen of Swords, communication, clear insight, clear wisdom, clear direction. Everything is clearing up, Cancer, this week for you. So wherever, I said home, family, 6 of Cups, there you go. 8 of Pentacles, working on it. Deciding what opportunities are going to lie within your home, in your space. Another card for Cancer this week. You cannot make it up. I shuffled, the 6 of Cups comes back out. You're healing. You're doing the inner child healing that you need to do. And there's that. You gotta be kidding me. The 8 of Pentacles again. You're mastering what you have built, your foundations for the rest of your life. Cancer, this is such a really cool energy. Like, some of you could be moving. I will say, some of you could be moving by August. But your idea in 5, 5, 5, 5. You've got 4 5s on the table out of what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, 7 cards? 7 cards, you've got 5 5s. Massive change. Massive shift taking place for you. This is amazing. I always see that Queen of Swords as like the winds of change. The direction of the winds are changing and you're moving forward. Some of you with kids, expect company. Expect your kids' friends or whatever they are to come over. Some of you could be taking in a child as well. You could be creating home for them. What is this Queen of Swords about, Spirit? The Hangman, the Queen of Swords, clarifying the clean. You might be cleaning, a lot of cleaning. But the Queen of Swords, if I could talk, holy shit, clarifying the Queen of Swords, 7 of Wands. It's interesting, Cancer. I see these two coming to this stalemate kind of energy. It's a clear understanding maybe between you and what was a maternal figure, clearing the air, stopping cycles. You know what I think is really interesting, I've never noticed this before because I don't think these cards have come out like this. I don't know why, I'm going to dry throat. This Queen of Swords, her sword is facing down to the earth, right? As above, so below. Spiritual connection. But this Queen of Swords, her sword is pointed upright. I feel like where you have learned specific traits from, Cancer, they were very much grounded in reality. Or I shouldn't say reality, but in the 3D. What happens here on this earthly plane. And for you, you're taking that knowledge and empowering through the divine, through spirit. You're also taking very important knowledge from the ethereal, spiritual realm and incorporating it back down to the earth. I said it's a Scorpio not long ago. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, stalemate energy, the hangman too. What do I do with this knowledge and this information? Who do I take it to? Who do I speak my truth to? Who do I clarify this with? Also, some of you, they're showing me money going from a downswing of, you know, it's like getting 2 different opinions as well, 2 different perspective points. And if you do it this way versus if you do it this way, you're going to see the difference between which is going to serve you and what is not. A lot of information in here, Cancer. You got a lot going on this week. 6 of Cups. It's a lot to process, Spirit is saying. Judgment. The Empress. Clarifying the 6 of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Nurturing thyself, Cancer. Nurturing thy home. You are the creator of love and abundance within your space. It is fertile time frame for you. Use it and use it wisely. 2 of Cups. Reconnection and partnerships. Love, growth, balance. I got the chills so bad. I love it. The Fool. And the 7 of Pentacles. 7 to the 8 of Pentacles. You've learned so much. Cancer, be so proud of yourself. Seriously. Be so proud of yourself on how you're handling this. 9 of Wands. You've years and years. And I'm going to say the last 9 years could have been very important as part of your healing. And now here you are. You're doing it. You're doing whatever it was that you set out to do. There's that connection, High Priestess of Spirit. Amazing. Amazing read, Cancer. I love it. Leo, 4255. All right, Leo. Let's see what's going on for you guys. April 15th through the 21st. Leo. April 15th through the 21st. Leo. What does Leo need to know? Could be dealing with the water sign, Leo, or maybe you're up in your... Let's see. High Priestess of Air. Oh boy, are we juggling? Or is this the head and the heart trying to get on the same space? I don't think, Leo, that this is necessarily somebody else in one way. In another way, I do believe that it is, and I'm going to explain. High Priestess of Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. High Priestess of Water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Those 2 together is a 10. Over here, self-worth becomes a 5. What am I worthy of? Leo, I almost said Gemini too, so reiteration of the air energy. And you could be trying to decide what you are worthy of or what is worthy of you. You could be dealing with 2 separate signs in regards, an air sign, a water sign in regards to this. This can also be a mix between your heart and head, or trying to utilize the heart and the head in alignment with one another for the sake of where does this one situation end and where does this next situation begin? What are you guys doing? I'm like, what is this? But I also feel like there's part of you, Leo, here we go again, of you shutting back down. Why? It's like you go out and play. You have these experiences. You get like your fish on the hook and then you leave your fishing pole on the ground. And there goes that fish, and there goes the fishing pole. It takes it right into the lake or wherever you're fishing. Like, you go out and you get into it so much. And then you go back in and it's like, nah, I'm done. I'm good. Why? You've got to start to ask yourself why you guys are like that. It really is. It's like you could spend 3 hours fishing and you're like, I just gotta get that fish, on the hook, and you are all about it. And the second that sucker bites and you've got it hooked, I don't know if I want to do this. And again, that fish is on the hook, you lay your pole down, and the fish takes off with everything, and you just go home with your head down and go, well, I kind of sort of caught that fish, but then it got away. Why did it get away, Leo? Because you let it get away. You guys blow my mind sometimes. Throat chakra, more communication, fertility. Leo. Again, like, you're so courageous. You fight so hard to get to something. And then you get it and you let it go. Like, the courage, like, part of life, right, is to continue to nurture the things, to continue to go after the things that you want. Talk about it, address it, acknowledge it, speak your truth about it. You could be needing to speak a truth to a water sign right now, whatever that means for you. But it's just like, I'm just gonna lock myself up and keep my shit tight, and that's it. Synergy. Something has felt, like, you could feel it in the air, Leo. You could so feel it in the air of what is changing and transforming, and what you're feeling and addressing and loving and relating to. And then again, that I'm gonna hold myself down. Miracles can happen. I think you're also learning from something or somebody on an emotional level. 1 second, guys. How good thing, I think I said this to you last week, how good things can feel. And you also have to let them feel that good. You need to alchemize, like, what you believe in versus what you are feeling in the air around you. Be that co-creator with the universe. That when you feel this energy come in, you're harnessing the power of it. You need to. It's there for you. It's for your abundance. All right. Cards for Leo this week. 5. My internal battle card, right? The five of wands. It's like taking yourself and dissecting you and just beating the shit out of yourself constantly. Self-sabotaging tendencies. What you've asked for is there. Look. There it is. And what I say, you get up and you walk away from the pond. What's he doing? Walking away from that pond. Then you're mad at yourself. Why did I do that? Why didn't I say that? Why didn't I invest? Why didn't I try? Leo, learn to just let yourself go. Just, there was what, I don't know, music always comes up for me anymore. Not Garth Brooks. George Strait. She let herself go. Now, granted, it's like a breakup song, right? But if you listen to that song, she just let herself go off and do anything and everything she ever wanted to do. No reservations. No plan B. Like, no, just, she let it just go. She enjoyed the experience. And it's like you get into that experience and then you light a match to that bitch. The Tower and the Empress with the Hangman. I'm going to read, okay, you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries. Potentially, oh, there's double Pisces. I really do think you're dealing with a water sign. It comes down to your home life. It comes down to your love life, Leo. And I almost feel like you might be intimidated by a particular person or situation. Like, it feels so miraculous to you. It feels so good to you. Too good to be true. It's like Spirit is saying you just sweep it under the rug. Let yourself, I've watched you guys start to do a little more. Some of you could be 41. There's something around the age or number of 41 too. It's very important. You let yourself get so far in and then you just bail. Stop bailing, because you're not just bailing on other people, you're bailing on yourself. Okay? Very, very key note there. Advice for Leo. Reassess. There you go. Allow. I'm taking these. Allow its time to manifest. Notice what brings you joy and what doesn't. If you walk away from something and you're sitting back there looking at things and going, oh, I might have, should have, could have, would have caught that fish on the hook, or just held on to my pole a little bit longer to see if I could reel him in the whole way, not just put a hook through his lip. If you gave yourself that permission, Leo, give yourself permission. It's time that you give yourself permission. This hangman mode on what your happiness looks like to you. You're always in it. Always. Just let yourself go. Experience it. Feel it. You've manifested. You've asked for it. You've got your miracle in the palm of your hands. What are you going to do with it? Don't waste this opportunity. Don't waste it. All right. All right. Connect, give, change. It's like every time they give it to you, you change your mind again, right? Why? Why do you keep changing your mind, Leo? Make up your mind, stick to a direction. You've got to be willing to believe that you're deserving of. You've got to be okay with knowing you're deserving of these things and letting it be just that. All right. Stop pinching yourself off. Desire. Miracles and magic, Leo. Miracles and magic. Believe in the magic. Sometimes I think you just like to create to see if you can do it. And then you're like, okay, next thing. What else do I want to create? Love. Love, Leo. Love. All right, Virgo. All right. Virgo, 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 Virgo. All right, Spirit. For Virgo, April 15th through the 24th, what is it that Virgo needs to know? Obedience. Deceit. Why? All I got to say, Virgo. Why? It's like fucking training day. I don't even know where that comes from, but it's like training day. Virgo, I am not, if you've been with me, I'm not going to feed you happy rainbows, butterflies, and just glitter and gold. I'm not going to do it. I feel like you thought you were, how do I put this? Virgo, this is either you or someone you're dealing with, right? Somebody here wasn't upfront about something. Twisted truths, twisted ideas. This gives me I'm going to be honest, a grimy kind of energy. Like, yeah, when someone says to you, you can trust me, red flag. Or when they say, like, if it's a relationship, right, you're starting to, I'm not like the rest of them. Now, let's say this. There are people who you will meet in this life who they could say that and it's genuine, right? Like, they could talk about their selves and their attributes that are indicative. They could express a feeling that says, I don't feel like I feel like all these other people did. I feel like this. Or I didn't want to be or do things like, I don't know, something to that effect. But this energy is trying to convince you. Or you're trying to convince them that you're not like the rest. There's deception in that. It's like, do you see my attributes? It's the way that it comes through, Virgo, and I'm trying to find the best way to explain it, because quite frankly, this Mercury retrograde has me having a hard time translating what I see and feel into and hear into the English language. This is somebody trying to blind somebody to something. This is somebody who is trying to keep somebody stuck. This is somebody who is, Spirit is using the word captive. This could be captive in the sense of mental thought, restriction. Virgo, this has got to be the most grimy energy I've ever felt for you guys. And I don't know why, but I don't like it. Spirit is using the term behind the scenes. Let me... for Virgo, I'm going to get one more of these. Cycles. Virgo, I've seen you all deal with, whether it's yourself or others, in this deceptive energy for so damn long. This one takes the cake. This obedience, individuality, this time under the deck, cycles. This happens over and over and over and over again. And there's lies. And there's mistruths. And there is ill intentions. And there is anger. There is a reliving of a time where you felt constrained. You know, Virgo, take this energy, and whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, and acknowledge it for what it is. But this is repetitive. It just keeps coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever that means to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to tell you this is something that you have seen or heard, but not in the sense that it is a synchronistic number, like we would see 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. It's not that type of alignment. This is a demand. It's like counting down to your kids. You've got to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking time bomb kind of energy, maybe. I don't like this. I'm going to be, whatever Virgos I'm tapping into, you have to decide, because I don't see it quite yet, is this is you or someone else. This could be a mental health struggle, to be honest with you. That's rough. That's real rough. For Virgo, the 15th through the 21st, Spirit. 2 of Pentacles for Virgo, please. The Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. Virgo, Spirit is, I keep hearing put a cap on it, put a cap on it, put a cap on it. I don't know, like, I feel like I've really tapped into something for very, very specific Virgos. And please feel free to leave a comment below if you want, to even shed some light into this one on for me, because I'm kind of like, holy crap. Temperance. There's a juggling act that is happening with the 2 of Pentacles. There's a balance that's trying to happen within the Temperance Angel, Archangel Michael. And then you've got moon energy behind that. Spirit said it's taking a step back. 2, this weight, this back and forth. Spirit just said somebody could be struggling with dementia, memory, temperament. Sleep cycles could be off. There's a need of peace that really has got to happen. Virgo, I will also say some of you could be having very interesting conversations with your angels. Sidebar to that, if you are cross-watching for Virgo and they are in ill health, if you are questioning if angels and guides are with them, yes, they are. On top of that, you may also notice certain things about them where they're talking about certain things and they're actually having communications with the other side. Wild ass energy that I'm picking up on today for you all. Virgo, you could be dealing with somebody going through this as well. And it's just heavily impacting you. What is this Two of Pentacles about? Oh my gosh, Virgo, I seen it. I see it all the time for you. The Chariot tried to come out. Cancerian energy. I see it all the time for you guys. It's crazy. 10 of Pentacles, King of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. More. This could have been, you know, I feel like there's times where this mastery is so incredible, like perfection. And then you go from that King of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles to the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. They are complete in opposite energies. Clarity to confusion. Abundance to lack. The 2 of Pentacles. Back and forth. And there's only so much you can give with this ace. It's only potential. You could be hanging on to a potential that something is going to work out and balance out. I don't know that it's going to. 10 of Cups, the Lover's card, the Ace of Swords. So much in communication. 6 of Wands. This particular 6 of Wands, I have said it since I got the deck years and years ago. It's a letting go. It's flying high. It's taking off. It does become a sense of peace somewhere in this. Virgo, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, maybe just a few months ago, I talked about the passings of somebody. I just keep hearing fly high. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini again. It's a back and forth game. It really, really is, Virgo. Just be aware of the cycles right now. I don't have... This is one of those reads where it's going to be very specific, and I think that it could go very deep, maybe even cut deep. So I'm going to leave it there with that kind of vague. But it's necessary right now. I will say to you, if you're dealing with something like this, please feel free to reach out. You know, the email's in the description box below. Breaking free, stepping back. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 step forward, 1 step back, and trying to get away from that constant cycle and exchange the way that it comes in on the regular. There's a need, again, of release here. As I say that, detach. Grounding, and ask for help. If you are, Virgo, if you yourself are dealing with mental health crisis, you know, get online. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I know I have a clipboard with a bunch of stuff on it, but reach out to your local area and get any help that you need. Even if you're just depressed, even if you just feel defeated, Your mental health is very, very important. And I do feel like that's part of this. If you're dealing with someone who is not doing so well, seek help for them, help them to the best of your ability, but don't know that you can't handle it all either. But there's definitely a struggle here that's happening, and it's like all you can do is reach out and try. Okay, it's all you can do. Fertility and then compassion comes out. You know, fertility is nurturing. It's the Empress. Compassion is to love and to give. To do the very best from the most heart space centered space that there is. From a space of universal love. So, shit, Virgo, tough read, for the week. All right, guys, I'm leaving that there. That's the end of part 1. Part 2, Libra through Pisces, will be out here before long as well. And, all right, there's your weekly. I hope that these readings helped you guys today. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm always curious. I want to say, everyone that's ever commented too, I appreciate each and every single one of you, because you share some serious personal truths, and those that have wished me well in getting better, and the thank yous, and just how it resonates. Like that, not that I need validation, but what I will say is I know it's a confirmation that I'm doing my job to the best of my ability, and that it's hitting home for you guys, and it's helping you. So I'm grateful for that. Very, very much so. So guys, again, like, share, subscribe, comment if you're interested in personal reads. That information is in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. I'm wishing you all the very best, and I will see you again soon. Take care.